Hello Rebels and welcome back to my life. Let's talk about contraceptives, shall we? Contraceptives are an incredibly important part of so many people's lives. They prevent people from having unwanted pregnancies. In some cases, they even help with other health problems. Now, there's different types of contraceptives. Condoms are a contraceptive object that I, according to some jokes that my friends like to tell, do not know how to use. Another very effective contraceptive object is the IUD, a little device that goes up in the old hoo-ha and keeps any fertilized eggs from taking root. There's also contraceptive surgical procedures. There's the snip-snip for the people with the penises, and the tube tying for the people with the vaginas. Both of these are incredibly effective, although, amazingly, not 100%. As the great Jeff Goldblum once said, life, finds a way. But then there's also contraceptive drugs, commonly called the pill, but in fact there's many different types of these pills, so it's not really the pill, it's more like the pills. They not only mostly keep you from getting pregnant most of the time, but they can also slow down or in some cases completely stop your menstrual cycle, which from what I hear from the vagina people can be a really good thing. But the pill can be a big problem for a lot of people. Some bodies just don't react well to the particular combination of hormones and other chemicals that are in the pill, so they just can't take the pill for health reasons. Right about now is when you're wondering why the hell I am talking about this. Well, no, I am not telling a long-winded story about how contraceptives once again did not work for me and we're about to have baby number 4. That is not what's happening. There's a book that I read years ago, and I searched for an hour. I cannot remember the name of it. If you know the book I'm talking about, please tell me in the comments. It is the story of Beowulf told by a dwarf who went on the journey with Beowulf, and nobody, remembers that he was there because he was a dwarf, but he was there. And the dwarf did the do with quite a few women during the course of the book, and afterwards they always brewed themselves a tea, and when they drank the tea, it kept them from getting pregnant. It was a contraceptive tea. And I thought, oh, well, that's a convenient thing that the author has set up so that the dwarf doesn't leave a string of illegitimate children behind him wherever he goes. And it wasn't until years later that I discovered that that tea is an actual thing. Sort of. There is an herb called silphium that apparently has amazing contraceptive properties, like nearly flawless, probably better than the pill that we have today. And this herb was very, very common in ancient Greco-Roman times, common enough to be referred to in tons of historical literature, and even to feature in the the symbols of some noble houses. Like people had it on their shields and banners and stuff. So you might ask, if such an awesome form of natural contraception exists, why would we have developed the pill and all of the other methods that we have? Well, the answer is interesting as it is hilarious. It seems that silphium was quite popular with a certain culture, a certain ancient culture, a certain ancient and mighty culture, a certain ancient and mighty culture that was pretty famous for doing the sorts of things that would require silphium. I'm talking, of course, about the Romans, who, according to reports, in the 2nd or 3rd century BCE, boned silphium into extinction. Honestly, that's probably a vast oversimplification of what happened. There were a bunch of things going on at the time. The herb was most commonly found in what is currently Libya, and that area of the world was going through an intense desertification process. And there was an increased demand for the animals that grazed on the plant. Apparently their meat tasted really good. Who needs the old silphium now, eh? Eh? So yes, probably a combination of factors contributed to the extinction of silphium, but come on. The best possible explanation is that we literally screwed ourselves out of one of the best forms of contraception that's ever existed on planet Earth. And the reason behind the reason that I'm talking about all of this, if you have read Shadeborn, there is a scene where somebody does the do with somebody else and then afterwards they are drinking silphium tea. So if you read that scene and you wondered what that was all about, or if you read that scene in the future and you want to know what it's all about, there you have it. That's what silphium was. That is it for today, Rebels. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Maybe. Bye!